Hello, my name is Quinten and this is my second video for vlogs on Thursdays. Um, yeah, I don't really have a clever name. So, this is for the class Music 243, Music Education Technologies, and we are on this whole realm of Illini sports, not Illini sports, band sports in general. And last week was the question of should we use microphones for certain um, purposes in stadiums in high school or college per se. Should marching bands be mic'd? And to reiterate, I have both yes and no for it. I couldn't really tell you my decision on that. And Brandon posed the question for this week, which is if I was to be an associate assistant or head band director at a high school or any public schooling for that matter, and we did not have a pep band and I wanted to start one, would I do it if I was not being compensated for it in currency or being paid for it? And I mean, I would say this is pretty biased because out of all the certain ensembles I'm in, the athletic bands are the ones I love the most. These are the ones that I actually care for. These are the ones that I actually practice the music for these, even though I really shouldn't. Um, when I should be practicing for like my lessons or concert bands or whatnot. But like marching Illini, basketball bands, hopefully I can do volleyball band in the fall. All of these, I love it because it shows my competitive side because I'm able to root the Illini on to victory. I'm able to um, have school spirit. It's just what I did in high school too. And it I mean, yeah, I mean, all I can really say about it is I'd love to do it. And the only reason I would do it for money is if that was the only way the band program would get funded throughout the years. If um, the pep bands got any sort of money through that funding. Um, I know it would be really difficult, and I'm not a band director, but I do know a couple band directors that they work really, really hard, and they don't have a whole lot of time on their hands. And when they do have time on their hands, they probably want to be doing something else than band all the time. Um, but that's one of the band things I would love to do as a director, like regardless if I got paid or not. Um, yeah. So trying to, I mean, I don't really, I can see why people don't want to do it. Um, but the only reason I have is if the band doesn't get funded enough out of the year to where they don't get money at all. So yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll move on to my question. In that, I'm gonna create a situation this time. I want to have an open ended. I don't like the yes or nos. So with this question, the situation is you have a student, and I'll use a male, um, who is exceptionally fantastic at any instrument you can think of: trombone, trumpet, uh, whatever, whatever instrument you can think of. He's fantastic at it. He excels in music to the next degree or whatever. But the only issue is that he is also, along with being involved in band and marching band and all the band things, is that he is athletically inclined as well, and he's a part of many sports on campus, including the football team. And this is high school, by the way. You are a band director. Anyway, so this student is one of the stars on the football team. He can be a running back or quarterback, and he is one of the leaders, um, both for band and for football. And obviously, he can't compete on Friday nights, and that for with the marching band anyway, and that's completely fine. Um, you can't really control football games on Friday nights. However, you realize that the football team ends up performing really, really well in the season that they end up playing on Saturdays during the playoffs. But you realize that one of the Saturdays that goes with it, there's a band competition. And I mean, obviously it can depend on what uh, role he plays in the band, if he's drum major, if he's just another person on the field. But my question is, what would you do if this student, per se, had a conflict where he was part of a sports team and it conflicted with band, like there'd be a marching band competition, but he'd also have a football game that day? What would you do as a director? How would you take this approach to um, satisfy this kind of, I guess, situation? I don't think it's issue or situation, whatever you want to call it. How would you resolve this? So that's my challenge to the group this week, and I hope you have a fantastic day.